Hey everybody, we are back.
What's up, Amnesiacs?
That's right, we're back for the next episode of Axiom Amnesia Trivia for the Culture. We're talking movies today.
Movies.
Can you guess this black movie?
Yep.
For those of you who don't know how it goes, we post a picture and then we try to guess it. And it's ladies against the gents. I'm representing the ladies and he's representing the gents.
And I guess right first.
That's right. So I present ladies our movie first. And so let's get ready for the first one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's see if you know this movie.
Oh my. What in the world is... Okay, so let me take some clues. It looks like a comedy, right? And
Okay.
someone has a Coke and there's a bus in the background. But it looks sort of like it could be in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
What it looks like, those yellow bands.
Mm-hmm.
But the little girl is dressed like more the 50s and early 60s.
Uh-huh.
So I have no clue. So I'll just guess this is, but it's not a comedy, but I have to guess something.
Okay.
And when you tell me, I'm going to be really mad. This is A Long Walk Home.
I think that's a good guess, right? This is not The Long Walk Home. Let me give you a few clues about this picture.
Okay.
That picture is a lady who is modeling a wig because you see the wigs in the background, right?
Yes.
So that's kind of a clue. Then you see a girl who's standing there, and that woman is actually Angela Bassett playing Tina Turner in the movie What's Love Got to Do with It.
So that's how we're doing it now, right?
Listen, in the last one you decided to pull out, I gave you clues here. There was a wig, and we all know the story of Tina Turner where
It
she lost her
doesn't even
hair
look
and
like
stuff like
Angela
that.
Bassett.
That's Angela Bassett because she's supposed to be Tina Turner as, you know, as a teen when she first, you know, meets Ike Turner and gets started. But yes, this is What's Love Got to Do with It.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Wow, is all I'll say to that
So
one.
do you remember seeing that movie?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, that movie came out in the year...
1980...
You take a guess.
No, it wasn't to the 90s. 1992.
You think it was 92? You're really close. It was 1993.
Dang, I was going to guess that first.
Mm-hmm. And just for the people who never saw that movie, it is actually a book that was kind of like an autobiography that was written by Tina Turner of the same name. Actually, no, the book was I, Tina, What's Love Got to Do with It? And so she just tells her life story from the time that she's, you know, young and growing up in the church in Tennessee until she got to be famous.
So
and
who's in this movie?
in this movie is Angela Bassett. We just saw Lawrence Fishburne, who plays Ike Turner like nobody has ever played Ike Turner. And one of the things, in case you are a young millennial and you didn't see this movie when it came out or even after, is that it's one of the first big movies I feel like that addressed domestic violence. Because here Tina Turner was this famous star traveling all over, and, you know, Ike Turner was beating the brakes off of her like daily.
And if you go back in the history of a lot of those big black singers back in the day, then you'll read about a lot of those stories or even hear about a lot of those women were being abused back then.
Yep. And there were a lot of people who were in this movie. Now, somebody who else was in this movie that played Tina Turner's mother is Jennifer Lewis. Now, from today, she's been in a ton of films. I mean, she's played everybody's mama. She's America's mama. She wrote a book about being, I forgot what it's called, but Everybody's Mama or something like that recently. Yep. But Jennifer Lewis, if you just can't recall her, is actually, she plays the grandmother on Blackish right now. But she's been in a ton of movies throughout the years. But the interesting thing is, I think I read that she's only like in her early 60s right now.
Yeah, she's about the same
age as Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
Yes. So she was playing her mother in this movie, which was kind of interesting.
Yep.
And there were some other, you know, big names or whatever in the movie, but mostly it was just those three.
Now I feel kind of bad for making it even easier for you.
Oh, you made it easier for me?
Yeah, I should have kept it as hard as I had it before.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, so...
All right, I'm ready to see my movie.
So it's 0-0?
It's 0-0, but only because we ladies haven't had our turn.
Okay.
I'm about to get this point. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I know right off the bat that that's Clifton Powell. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to think back to when Clifton Powell played a thug in a movie, because we all know him as, well, I know him as a bunch of people. Well, you probably know him now as like the pastor in a lot of these B Black movies.
Oh yeah,
he's always the pastor and stuff. And now that he's got older,
in like every one of those movies on Amazon Prime, the black movies that we watch.
He's like the the black elder guy. But back in the 90s and stuff, he was playing thugs and stuff. And I know for a fact that he was in Menace to Society. Now, what I don't recognize this scene, and I don't know who this woman is, and it seems out of place to me for Menace to Society. I know it's not another movie that I know from back then. So I'm going to have to vote for, I don't know this scene, Menace to Society, just because I can't call this. People, I can't call it. Oh, who is it?
Oh,
man.
I'll give you a clue.
Okay,
even
give me a clue.
You already missed
even
it,
though I won't get the point, give me a clue.
Let's see.
How was I supposed to know from this picture what this movie was? You tell me what the clues are in here.
Hold on, let me go back then. Let me show you. Okay, so look at what the woman is wearing.
She's wearing a vest.
Yeah.
Okay.
But look at the colors. She has that purple, that yellow. Look at her hair, her earrings.
It's not ringing a bell. It is not ringing a bell. I have no clue what this is. Oh, you know what? You are so wrong, because you know what? This is the original house. Oh, you know what? I didn't even realize he was in the original one.
He was old girl's brother.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so what I was going to do was use Clifton Powell from some other movie, and then I came across this little
better
fact.
Be happy you didn't use Menace to Society, because I would have gotten that one.
Yeah, so the thing about that is, in Menace to Society, that scene where he's with the white guy, it looks very similar to that scene and how it was shot. So it's really weird, how he's standing there at the door, being the most ignorant buffoon he could be.
Oh my God. Like, seriously, I did not know he was, I didn't connect him even with that movie.
Yeah, House Party is from 1990. And basically it's the stars, Kid and Play. They were huge at the time, where they're having a house party and Kid sneaks out of the house. He has this, really strict father and stuff. So it has Kid and Play. Martin Lawrence, Tisha Campbell, AJ Johnson, Robin Harris, full force. It's like
everybody was in there.
Yeah.
And let me just say this. Robin Harris was a comedian who was from Chicago, who's the one that plays Kid's father, right?
Robin Harris, yeah.
Yeah, in the movie. And he basically died after this movie. And so, they went on to make House Party 2 and 3 and whatever after this. 4. And he wasn't, or maybe even 4, yeah. And he wasn't part of that. And it's weird because it was like Robin Harris got famous, was in a few movies, and then just died. He was also, and Robin Harris is the one that's responsible for Baby A's Kids.
Yeah.
If you didn't know that. So you should go and look up some of his stand-up, because he is incredibly funny. But this movie right here, so what was the movie about?
I just already explained.
Just a house party?
Yeah, there's a house party and Kid has to sneak out of the house to be able to go to this party. And then he's being chased by the bullies of the hood, I guess, and all this other stuff surrounding that.
And I'm always trying to keep in mind
the girl, all that stuff.
The young millennials. Okay, you guys probably might not know, but the Kid and Play were rappers.
Oh.
Before they were actors. So that's why they're kind of always billed together, Kid and Play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So just so you know. But man, okay. I didn't get that one. I feel bad for that.
Trying to get your updated screen, but
oh man. So
yeah,
let's see what we got to go next. I just don't even know.
Your screen there?
Yeah.
Because it looks old. Okay.
Yeah, so we're ready to move.
Yep, the score is 0-0, and that was only after the first one, though.
That's the first round.
It's really hard. So if you are out there and you got these,
I need to hear from you.
Oh yeah, I need to know, because I need to talk to you
and understand how you even knew that from these clues that we gave. But all right, so I would bet that if you did get them, you're not a millennial.
Probably.
Okay.
Are you a film aficionado?
Yes,
I said it
you
right.
said it right. All right, so let's look at this movie and see if you're going to get this one.
Easy.
I tried to go easy on you for this.
Okay. Oh my. So the only reason I would know this is because it's such a new movie and fresh movie. So everyone already said it. It's Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to think of the name of the character, but I can't think of the name of that
his
character.
name
He was like Darius, maybe?
No, I don't
Darius
remember.
is on Atlanta.
Darius. I don't remember what his name is. But you're right. It did come out recently. It's Get Out 2017. So that's just last year. And his name is Chris, the main character. So it's a black guy named Chris who goes to meet his white girlfriend, her parents, and her name is Rose. And this is the first time he goes to meet them out at their big house in the middle of the woods. And it is a horror film.
It's a horror film, so you know what's about to happen.
You know what is about to go down. But the thing that I think is most interesting, because this is also a psychological thriller that makes some social commentary as well. And it was directed and written by Jordan Peele. Now, who is Jordan Peele? Jordan Peele is basically a famous comedian. You know, he's famous for he was on Key and Peele, where they did, what do you call that kind of comedy skit comedy?
Sketch.
You know, sketch comedy. There you go. And so yeah, and then the guy who's the main character in here is Daniel Kaluuya. But what's the name of the one comedian that's in here? I can't think of his name. You know, his best friend.
Lil Rel.
Yeah.
Lil Rel is also in here.
So he kind of made a name for himself in this movie, and he brought much needed comic relief to the film. So you got that one. You got your 1 point and everything.
Oh, I forgot I got my point.
You got your 1 point.
Let me put that on there.
Put your point on the board.
Point on the board. We're winning.
All right.
This one is going to be easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
I hope it is.
If you don't get it, then you don't know black movies. And if you're a millennial or whatever they call you now, you people out there, if you don't get this, it doesn't matter how old you are. You need to go watch some black movies. I don't hear anything.
Okay, so I'm supposed to know something about this movie. And one of the things I'm supposed to know is that whose back of their neck is this? Now, luckily for me, I'm familiar with this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know that this is Lean on Me. And that is the back of Morgan Freeman's neck.
Is that what you were supposed to know?
Well, because obviously if it's a movie for the culture, I got to know who this is and who he's talking to and what the deal is.
So, wow. Yeah, you can tell by the clothing because, you know, this vest in this movie was just ridiculous.
Yes, his vest was totally ridiculous in this movie.
Yeah, so this is Lean on Me, and it came out in 1989. It's about the real life of a guy named Joe Clark who went into a quote inner city school and basically cleaned it up, or at least tried to. So yeah, that's what's going on in there. And
so that was a good movie, though. I mean, what's the best scene from that movie, do you think?
Oh, the quotable from the movie.
What is the quotable?
You smoke crack, don't you? Don't you smoke crack? That whole scene right there.
Yes, where he's on the rooftop with one of the young men.
Yeah. So it's Morgan Freeman. You probably know these people. I can only identify them by
I can only identify them from the roles.
Guillaume? How do you say
Robert Guillaume. He actually got famous playing Benson.
Yeah, that guy.
From the 80s sitcom.
Michael Beach.
I don't know that. I can't call who he is.
The other one Soul Food guy. Cousin Fate.
Oh, that guy.
Isn't that him?
That is him, isn't it? Wow. Okay. Yeah, he was one of the teachers.
Karen White.
Okay.
You know her?
Mm-mm.
Cosby Show one, I think.
Maybe.
You know,
I don't. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's the only way I can remember.
Yeah. I'm supposed to know her from. Yeah.
You don't take care of your responsibility.
Oh. Is that her name, really? Okay, so y'all know
Karen
she played
White, Karen Millen.
She played but a different world. She was Lance's girlfriend and she was always going, Lance. Yeah. That one. and I can't remember the name of her character. I just can't. Charmaine, maybe, or Charlene, or Charmaine, or something like that. But who else was in this movie is Lynn Thigpen.
Thigpen, yeah.
She was because I just knew her name because she had a very unique look about herself.
Hold on, what's the score?
The score
you just got one.
I just got one, so the score is 1-1. We're even. But yeah, Lynn Thigpen was in a lot of movies in the 80s and even into the 90s, and she was a really good, I would say, supporting actress role person. Very underrated, and I don't know when she died, but she died of cancer at some point. Yeah. Maybe in the late 90s, early 2000s, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but she was, you'd see her around in different movies and stuff like that. But yeah, so Joe Clark, this was a true story. If you haven't seen Lean On Me, you need to go see it.
Oh, so there was something I read not a few years ago. His daughter was out there talking about, if you want to know the true story about my father or something, So,
was she saying good things or bad things?
I don't really think she liked the movie.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, Crazy Joe Clark.
Yeah.
See that movie if you didn't see it, though.
Make sure you do. I think
All right.
It's on you now for me to get.
It's on me for you to try to get another point. I think you might get this. I should have chosen a different scene because this is going to kind of give it away, but we'll see if you know this movie. Uh-oh, you kind of quiet.
Boomerang.
Oh, why were you quiet then?
Because I know it. That's dang, that switched fast. That was Halle Berry.
Yes.
She looked much better in the other scene than she does right here. But she had that typical 90s hairstyle on here. And is that Robin Givens?
Yeah, that's Robin Givens. I'll show you Halle Berry again. So yeah, this is a better look at the hairstyle. Now, here's the thing about this movie that was just so monumental. Number one, it had an all-star cast, except at the time, I don't think Halle Berry was really famous.
What
I think
year?
she was not really that famous at all. This came out in like 1992. Hold on, I'm looking at my notes. I got to pull my notes up. I was right. 1992. So the whole story basically is about this guy who's a player, and then he meets his match in Robin Givens' character.
You know what? I do not remember this movie at all, so I have to go back and watch this movie.
Oh, yeah, let's watch it. We'll watch that soon.
I
Maybe
think
this
I only watched it once in the 90s.
What? I saw this movie so many times, but it's been a while, so we need to just revisit this movie. But yeah, so basically that's what the movie is about. And, you have your good girl and your bad girl. Robin Givens is your bad girl, and Halle Berry is the good, sweet girl. And, he has this dilemma on, does he want to be with the good girl or does he want to be with the bad girl? Because, So
who else was in the movie, do you know?
David Alan Grier was in the movie. What? Robin Givens, Halle Berry. Martin Lawrence was in the movie. He was also like a supporting cast member. Mm-hmm. Chris Rock, Eartha Kitt. Okay, you have to remember this scene from the movie where Eartha Kitt, who is much, much older than the main character, is trying to flirt with him and get it on. Actually, this was maybe sexual harassment because she was in charge. So this was at his job, but she was like in charge of some big company or whatever. And so he needed to give her whatever she wanted in order to get the deal done. And so she comes in this one scene and she's like, Marcus, darling, I'm not wearing any panties.
What?
Yes.
Oh, my.
Oh, we got to see that again. I can't believe you.
Was Harvey Weinstein around at that time?
I'm sure he was around probably doing some of the same stuff.
By.
Yeah. And Grace Jones was in the movie.
Oh, what?
Layla Rashawn was in the movie.
If you don't know about Grace Jones, you need to look her up because she was huge back in those days. So, and Layla Rashawn, you remember we were just talking about her with regard to some other movie, but yeah, she was in that movie too. Boomerang, 1992. If y'all haven't seen it, go ahead and see it. But the thing that was even bigger than the movie though was the soundtrack. What was on the soundtrack? Do you know? Love Should Have Brought You Home. TLC had a song. Love Should Have Brought You Home was Toni Braxton, and that was like one of the big Toni Braxton songs that ever. This was like her debut. Yeah. So what else was on there? Something by TLC. The End of the Road. End of the Road was on there. That's it. It's over. Yeah. So great soundtrack. Yeah. Like the whole stuff. But Babyface did the whole thing. So it was quintessential '90s R&B. Yeah. So, I think I'm winning right now.
I think you are, but again, you can't say you're winning when I haven't had my turn at the next question.
You're not going to get this last one, but I had to take some time because I have an idea for next time.
Okay.
That I'll just you're just not going to get it no matter what scene I use. But this one that I'm about to do, it should be pretty hard for you. You're probably not going to get it.
Oh, man. Let's see.
For the win, gents. Quiet.
Okay, let me tell you something right here. I have to give myself some clues about this movie.
Oh,
now the question is, what is this woman saying right at this time? I don't want to say it because we might get banned on YouTube for saying the word that she's saying right now. But this is actually, to me, an important story that needs to be told. Let me just cut to the chase. This is Rosewood. Am I right? The woman is saying a racial epithet because she is basically falsely accusing a black man of rape.
Yes, you're right.
Yes, because
this is Rosewood.
This is Rosewood. I had to look at it for a second and I said, what is her mouth fixed to say? Oh, I know what this is. And that's what it is.
Yep, Rosewood. It came out in 1997. Mm-hmm. It stars Vin Rhames. Mm-hmm. It has Don Cheadle, Esther Rolle,
Angelina Jolie daddy.
Who?
What's his name?
Angelina
John Voight.
Jolie daddy.
Yeah, John Voight is her father.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What? See, learn all sorts of new things. And again, Elise Neal.
Right.
Yeah. So, if you don't know the story, we don't need to tell you. You need to look it up.
Yeah.
Don't look up the TV show. I don't know why they named the TV show the same thing, because they're probably trying to take attention off of this movie and this incident from 1923. But as you can see, in 1923, a black town in Florida was burned to the ground. And you could guess why. Mm-hmm. You know why? Because of this. So, and we have a bunch of videos about these sort of things on our channel, so make sure y'all go and watch those videos.
That's right,
too.
Continuing to happen today. But yes, and these movies are a reminder of the not so long ago past and even present. So it's an incredibly good movie. It's one of the first movies I feel like I remember Ving Rhames in, except maybe Pulp Fiction. That was, I think, the first time I remember seeing Ving Rhames.
When did Pulp Fiction come out?
Probably like in the 90s. It was 90,
maybe 96ish. I don't know.
Probably about 96 or 97.
Time,
yeah, it was around the same time.
Yep.
But Esther Rolle, I think this might have been her last movie role before she died. Esther Rolle is the mama off of Good Times, in case you don't know her name.
She died that long ago?
Yeah, she died right after that. And Don Cheadle, this was like one of the first movies I remember Don Cheadle in. And he's just a tremendous actor, and he did a great job in this movie.
Yep. So there you have it. We have another tie.
Oh, man. Like, I want to win. I want to come out with the win, unquestionable win. You really thought I wasn't going to get this last one. You would
right.
Just admit it.
I was banking on that. So what we're going to do for next time is we just have to make them all hard.
Yeah.
Or as hard as possible.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try not to pick some movie that nobody knows that I've seen, because I've seen so many of these movies.
I think maybe I'll try to focus on movies that are commonly known, but like an obscure part of it. So it's not gonna have the star of the movie in the scene. That might be the next step. You guys help us out with this, because I like challenging stuff. I don't like ties. We're both very competitive. We like to win. So let us know in the comments if you think we should make the questions harder, or if you want to, you like it like it is. Let us know, and we'll take a look at those answers that you give us. Also, let us know how many you got right. Did you get them all right? Did you miss some?
Yeah, let us know.
That's right. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell. Share this with your friends. Challenge them on social media. You can post it on Facebook too if you want. We're happy with that.
Go ahead.
Bye-bye.
Holla.